I just went and I just started calling shops, and I was like, "Hey, I'm a tattoo artist. I just wanted to see if you were hiring. I'd love to come and meet with you and show my portfolio." And
Wow.
no. And then this little real biker shop, here we are with bikers again, was like, yeah, we're looking for somebody actually. And I'm like, okay, let me come down to my portfolio. And they're like, nope, you need to come down and bring somebody, and they better like roses because that's what you're tattooing on.
Mm.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're going to tattoo in front of us. I don't care about your portfolio. I want to
Yeah.
see you tattoo. And I'd
Yeah.
never even heard of that. Right. And I was like, that's okay. Well, I didn't know anybody, but my mom,
Come
you know what I
on,
mean?
man. Yes.
So my mom is like, I would love a rose tattoo. So
Mm.
I show up with my mom, and I'm like, I'm about to blow these motherfuckers' minds because
Yeah.
I was so into realism, right?
Mm.
And spent hours and did what I thought was a beautiful rose.
Yeah.
I might be able to get a picture of that soon and have Mike pop it up at least on another episode.
Yeah.
But I'm like, here we go. They didn't say anything. They didn't guide me. They would
Yeah.
come by and watch me and just walk away. It was a man
Mm.
and a woman, a husband and a wife, real biker, like hardcore,
Mm.
scary people.
Mm.
And was actually in a biker club. Like,
Mm.
I remember him. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, so I do this rose, and I think it's beautiful. It's super realistic. And he goes, "Nope, I'm sorry, we don't have a spot for you." And I'm like, "What? Why?"
Out.
And he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, it took you 4 hours, and nobody that walks in this shop cares about all the fancy shit you're doing. They just want a fucking rose tattoo." And I look around at the flash and I see how simplified everything is. It wasn't traditional, but it was like simplified, more
Mm.
biker design.
Yeah.
And I had already gotten into like really positive affirmation books and stuff. And I
Yeah.
remember reading you don't take no for an answer until it's been 3 times.
Mm.
So I said, give me one more shot. And so my mom actually has, bless her heart, 2 roses right next to each other.
Yes. Yes. On the same day or a different
On the
day?
same day, on the same leg.
My
After
God.
that, I said, let me try one more shot. And I just did flash. I just
Yeah.
did clean outline, clean shading. And he's like, that's a rose. Can you start tomorrow?
Wow.
And I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
my God. So my mom got me the job, and
Gee.
still has those tattoos to this day. And
Gee.
uh and I worked there for a while, and that was the best experience for me because it was a really heavy walk-in biker shop. People would literally come in with like their dinner plate to trace the curve on their stomach to get their lettering. They'd come in with a plate because that's what they had been, that's what their
Yeah.
homies did. And so they'd bring
Yeah.
the plate in. And
Wow.
so, I didn't know Old English lettering, but it was like, you either get your ass beat or you fucking figure it out right now. So
Wow.
there was no canceling. There was no, oh, I'm sorry, I'm feeling, not with these guys.
Yeah.
No, there was no, they cured me of that because it was like, no, I'm going to beat your ass unless you do this fucking Grim Reaper on me. You know what I mean?
Damn. Damn.
So I remember doing that. I remember one time having to have the boss fix one tattoo. I did like a Mighty Mouse, like lifting weights, and I don't remember what I did, but I did something weird with the shading. I remember also doing a Daffy or a what are the little ducks, like the baby ducks, like it's like Donald Duck's kids or
Huey, Dewey,
something.
and Louie.
Yes. And I did one on somebody and his kid's name, and he came back the next day and he said he got in a bar fight because of me. And what it was, I thought they were joking because he had like a kid kind of tattoo, but I forgot to put the tail on it. So when he showed
Yeah.
it off, they were like laughing at him. He's like, "You pushed out on the tail." So I just like did the tail and fixed it and everything. But I had a million stories of this
Yeah.
shop because there was literally like next door was like a fucking fake jewelry shop that these like gangsters owned, not biker, like gangsters. And
Yeah.
I'm not joking, bullets would come through the walls because they would get into it with somebody. I
Jeez.
remember the owner of the shop giving me a business card one day, and he's like, if shit gets crazy with anything ever in your life, do not call the police, call this guy. And I was
Huh.
like, holy fuck, this is real. you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I worked there for a long time, and then I felt like I was ready to grow, and I just didn't know real etiquette or how to be. I thought I was respectful, but looking back, I was very disrespectful. I went into another shop that was way younger and hipper, and like people were my age, and they were like, one guy did this beautiful Japanese work, and everybody was like young and energetic. And I'd been around these older biker for so long, and I really fell in love. And they were like, "Man, your work looks great. We'd love to have you work for us if you ever wanted to." And I just was like, "Yes." I didn't really think about like how much these guys had done for me. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah. Right.
So I went in and I told them I needed to quit, and they were like, "No, you're not quitting." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" You know, and they're like, "We need you to be here. No, you're not quitting."
Mm.
Totally intimidating, bullied me. I thought about it all night long, and so I was like, you know what? That's bullshit. And instead of being a man and stepping up, again, I was maybe 19, maybe at the time, not to make
Yeah.
excuses.
Yeah.
It's life lessons. I just didn't really know.
Yeah.
And I should have said, look, I appreciate it. I'll give you a few months notice, or I should have found a replacement. I should have done anything else. But instead, I did the bitch move where I fucking came in the middle of the night, packed my shit up, and
Yeah.
left, which I hate when artists do that. I've had it happen to me.
Yeah.
I totally regret it. Would never do it. You know, no one should do that. Just
Yeah.
I did it too, Josh.
Up. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah. You know, I'm being totally honest and vulnerable. I was just scared, man. I was fucking scared.
Yeah.
And I was still scared. And it backfired on me because this guy was known in town for a long time, for years, as being this tough guy. So when I went to this other shop, I'm putting they brought me a new desk, and I'm putting my desk together. And the owner comes in and he's like, "Man, I'm sorry, but you can't work here." And I'm like halfway through this desk. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, the guy you just quit from just called me, and we all know he's the real deal. And he just told me he'd be ashamed if my shop burned down tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. So I fucking literally never even started there.
Wow.
And then I got that phone book out again. Everybody was like, "Yeah, we're hiring. What's your name again?" "Oh no, yeah, we can't hire you." Completely blackballed. Just nobody would fucking touch me. I was fucking poison.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, back to the fucking grind. So I just didn't start out right. You know what I mean? I started off with enemies, and like looking back, a lot of it was my fault. I definitely was feel like people were overboard about it, but hard, tough lessons for a kid. You know what I mean? And finally, this new tattoo shop opens up, and they're not from here, from there. They were from Detroit. And the guy, again, biker, the guy's name was Harley Dan. And I was like, fucking bikers again, here we go. But I grew up with him, and I did connect with him. Not them, I grew up with bikers.
Yeah.
So I went in, and I'm like, you're going to be honest and upfront. And by then, I'll be honest, I was good. My portfolio was strong. And I remember meeting him, and I showed my portfolio, and the first page, he goes, "Who taught you to tattoo?" Like he thought maybe I'd been connected to, and I said, "I'm self-taught." And he's like, "This is unbelievable. This work is amazing," you know. And he was really good, really good. He had all kinds of awards and stuff. And he was really impressed. And he's like, I definitely, you got the job, man. And I said, I need to be upfront with you. I told him everything. I said, I've made a mistake. I'm blackballed. Nobody will touch me. And he goes, I don't give a shit about that. He's like, I'm from Detroit, where I live this shit every day. I'll handle it. Like, okay. And it got to the point where I'd be tattooing, and I'd hear a Harley, and I'd be like shook. I'd be literally like, fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
You know, nothing ever happened. The guy would send me like weird hate mail and shit. Like he went a little overboard, and like I could go much deeper into it, but he would send me like legit hate mail.
Wow.
Like this, because I quit tattooing at his shop as a kid, you know.
Right.
But for years he would do it. He sent me pictures. He would send me pictures of like suicides, like a guy jumped off a building, and it'd be like, do it.
Wow.
So I would get a box in my mail of shit, of literally shit. And it would be like Joshua shit fingers. And I would open it up and it would be a box of shit. And it's from this guy. It got to the point where I had to call the police.
Man.
Because once there was like actual violence and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Joshua shit fingers.
Right.
Yeah.